With her favorite songs from the heyday of the Soviet Union to the modern era, Russia has always been identified with military power, geopolitical influence, and assertiveness that make it respected and feared by many countries, especially Europe and the United States. This is based on the fact that Russia is one of the countries with the strongest military power in the world today. But what we want to discuss this time is how Islam has developed in this country, how Muslims live, and how they celebrate Ramadan and al-Fitr there. Did you know that there is a very historic mosque there, which is a symbol of friendship between Indonesia and Russia? This mosque is called the Blue Mosque, or Bung Karno Mosque. And what is amazing is that Russia held the largest joint breaking of the fast event in the world, which was attended by more than 12,000 Muslims. What is no less amazing is that Russian President Vladimir Putin really cares about Islam. In some of his speeches, he sometimes quotes verses from the Quran. What are the facts? Let's talk about it. Before that, Mimin says, "Congratulations on performing the fasting of Ramadan, 1446 Hijriah. May our fasting this year be smooth and full of blessings, Amin." Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, viewers of Islamic robes, who are glorified by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Russia is the largest country in the world, with an area of approximately 17 million square kilometers, stretching from Eastern Europe to North Asia. This country covers 11 time zones and is home to around 140 million people. Apart from its impressive size, Russia is also known for its cultural richness and diversity. One important aspect of this diversity is the presence of a significant Muslim community. Islam in this country will become the second largest religion after Christianity in 2025. Islam has been an integral part of life in Russia for centuries and has played an important role in the country's cultural and historical diversity. This diversity is not only cultural, but also strengthens interfaith relations. Muslims in Russia have contributed in various fields, ranging from art, music, and literature to current politics and economics. The Russian government, under the leadership of President Vladimir Putin, has a complex approach to the Muslim community. On one hand, Islam is recognized as one of Russia's traditional religions and is part of the country's historical heritage. The Russian government has subsidized the construction of mosques, supported Islamic education, and encouraged immigration from former Soviet Union countries that are predominantly Muslim. President Vladimir Putin has a fairly positive view of the Muslim community in Russia. On several occasions, he has praised the contributions of Muslims to the unity and strength of Russia. He has also acknowledged that Muslims are a natural and organic part of Russian society and that their contributions are very important in maintaining unity and harmony in the country. It is not surprising that Muslims there feel very safe and comfortable under the leadership of President Vladimir Putin. The material is made of copper, and the first thing you need to do is to make sure that you are in the right place and that you are in the right place. To the audience, the treasury of the glorified Allah wa Ta'ala in Russia is present in Moscow, Petersburg, Kazan, and in various parts of the Russian Federation, such as Karachay-Cherkessia, Kabardino-Balkaria, Bashkortostan, Tatarstan, Ingushetia, and Dagestan, as well as in the Chechen Republic. However, the most dominant Muslim population is in Chechnya and Dagestan itself. The majority of the population in these regions is Muslim, around 5 to 5.5 million. In Dagestan, the Muslim population is also very large. The majority of the population follows the Sunni Hanafi school of thought. In this region, 100% of the population is Muslim. Throughout Russia, there are more than 3,000 madrasas spread across various regions. These madrasas play an important role in religious education, training teachers and memorizers of the Quran for the young generation of Muslims in Russia. Not only that, but mosques are also spread throughout Russia, from big cities to rural areas. The number of mosques in Russia has increased rapidly in recent decades. Currently, there are more than 7,000 mosques throughout the country. This increase reflects the revival of Islam in Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Some of the most famous mosques in Russia include Moscow Cathedral Mosque. Located in Moscow, the capital of Russia, this mosque can accommodate up to 10,000 worshippers. Kul Sharif Mosque, located in Kazan, Tatarstan. This mosque features a tower with a height of 55 meters. Prophet Muhammad Mosque, the largest mosque in Russia, located in the city of Shali, Chechnya. This mosque was inaugurated by President Vladimir Putin on August 2, 2019, and can accommodate 100,000 worshippers. It boasts a magnificent design with high-quality marble similar to that used in the Grand Mosque in Mecca. Blue Mosque, Sukarno Mosque. This unique mosque, located in St. Petersburg, has close historical ties with Indonesia, especially with the first president of the Republic of Indonesia, Rusia Sukarno. In 1956, during a bilateral visit to Russia, President Sukarno visited St. Petersburg and saw a blue dome building that turned out to be a mosque. At that time, the mosque had been converted into a warehouse by the Soviet Union government. Seeing this, President Sukarno requested that the mosque be restored to its original function as a place of worship. His request was immediately granted by the Soviet leader, and since then, the mosque has been known as the Sukarno Mosque by the local community. This mosque was built with blue and turquoise granite and has 3 floors that can accommodate up to 7,000 worshippers. This mosque is one of the tourist destinations for the Indonesian diaspora and tourists visiting St. Petersburg, Russia. These mosques will be very active and busy when the holy month of Ramadan arrives. Let's explore the atmosphere of Ramadan until the celebration of Eid al-Fitr there, viewers. The glorified treasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The atmosphere of Ramadan in Russia has its own uniqueness. Even though Russia is known for its cold climate, Muslims there still fast during Ramadan with enthusiasm. Muslims in Russia fast for a fairly long duration, more than 18 hours every day. Despite facing these challenges, they still fast with enthusiasm and patience during the holy month of Ramadan. Mosques in Russia are centers of religious and social activities. Many Muslims come from all over the city to worship and carry out religious activities such as religious studies. In addition, there are many charitable activities, such as providing food for breaking the fast at mosques and collecting donations for orphans and the needy. Ramadan also brings changes in the daily lives of Muslim communities in Russia. They focus more on spiritual growth, introspection, and charity. Ramadan becomes a time full of blessings, cleanliness, and reflection for Muslims in Russia. During the holy month of Ramadan, Muslims in Russia hold various activities that strengthen togetherness, such as a Ramadan bazaar and iftar gatherings. Ramadan bazaars in Russia are usually held around large mosques and Muslim communities. These bazaars sell various kinds of food, drinks, and religious goods such as Islamic books, prayer equipment, perfume, and Islamic souvenirs. These bazaars become a place for people to gather before breaking their fast, creating a lively and warm atmosphere. Then the most anticipated activity is iftar together, or breaking the fast together. Amazingly, Russia holds the largest iftar gathering in the world, attended by more than 12,000 Muslims. This tradition is highly anticipated by the entire community in every region in Russia. The atmosphere is very lively, full of warmth and togetherness. Mosques and Muslim communities are very busy providing food for iftar gatherings. Mosques always prepare dishes to break the fast for the congregation. These dishes often include traditional Russian and Middle Eastern foods such as rice soup, pilaf, kebabs, and various types of bread. While waiting for the time to break the fast, mosques also organize various activities, such as holding lectures and recitations. After breaking the fast, the congregation continues with the Isha prayer and Taraweeh together, making Ramadan in Russia a spiritually enriching and communal experience. This Taraweeh prayer is held every night until the end of Ramadan. After Ramadan ends, the takbir echoes in mosques in Russia to welcome the arrival of Eid al-Fitr. This takbir echo creates a sacred atmosphere and Eid. Muslims gather in large mosques or open fields to carry out Eid al-Fitr. This is usually followed by a message that gives a message about togetherness, goodness, and forgiveness. After carrying out Eid al-Fitr, Muslims visit each other's homes, friends, and family to forgive each other. The atmosphere of Eid in Russia is shared with viewers. Islamic robes, this is the video that we can present about the life and atmosphere of Ramadan until the celebration of Eid al-Fitr in Russia. That's all for our discussion this time. Hopefully it will be useful. This is the end of our video. If you enjoy Islamic content like this, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.